So I feel like we're talking past each other a little bit, so I figured I'd explain what I mean by Christian overculture. An overculture is the culture that exists over everything, right? It's the one that permeates all of our society. This is because of most Euro-Western cultures being displaced by Christianity. And then, of course, the subsequent colonization by Christians that made Christianity a dominating philosophy in this world. We as pagans must deconstruct that. We're raised into a society that through media, social interaction, basically everything, our rubric for society is Christian. Even atheists come from a Christian perspective. They may not realize it and they're trying to deconstruct it in their own way. But one of the arguments you'll get from atheists a lot is that they think that every religion is like Christianity. And this kind of shows you how bad the Christian overculture is and how much it permeates society. Not only do people believe that religion has to hit all those Christian markers, it's also on a legal level. I'm a legally ordained minister, technically, but I would never call myself a minister or a reverend. I'm a Gothi, because that is the heathen name for what I am. Priest, essentially. And even that word isn't necessarily correct. It's just something people understand. So we as pagans have to look into the heathen worldview. And I actually did a very long video on my YouTube channel, if you want to check that out, explaining the heathen worldview. And it shows a lot of the differences. The short and skinny, like, we lack that black and white dichotomy. You know, that was something I mentioned in the comments. Christianity very much is a dualistic, right? It's got good, evil, black, white, and it's very hierarchical. Polytheism tends to be less hierarchical simply because there are multiple gods as opposed to one supreme being at the top. And like with the heathen worldview, we have more order and chaos than good and evil. The gods are not necessarily always good, but the Aesir and to a lesser extent the Vanir, who are more nature-oriented, are order, whereas the Jotnar, the giants, they are chaos, but you know, they intermingle. You'd never see angels and demons adopting one another, whereas, you know, obviously Loki is considered one of the Aesir. So is Skadi. She marries into the Aesir, and she's considered a Dis, plural Disir, which is a feminine protective spirit. So obviously there's a lot of differences, and we as pagans have to figure out what is our inherent Christian bias and what is a pagan worldview.